Hello and welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTMB. Joe, Kim Palos today, middle of the week Wednesday. We are joined by Gil Fredrickson, who is our city fire inspector, which we will talk to in just a moment. We have him on set because we're going to get right into our show today. We've got a big show.
You don't have to listen to us.
And, well, you do for a minute, just for a minute.
You don't have to listen to Joe.
But also on our show today is Grant Perkle and Lisa Morgan, and we're going to talk about Boogie at the Barn. That's coming up in May. I'm just going to kind of highlight this real quick so you can keep it refresh in your head. And then as they come on a little bit later on, we'll talk a little bit more. Boogie at the Barn and Armed Forces Day celebration is going to be happening Saturday, May 19th. Fundraising event for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home. And yes, we're still getting it. We'll explain about that shortly. Pre-ticket sales, $15 at the gate, $20, lots of live music. Everybody knows the Collins brother, JoJo Collins, that we're going to have. Confederate Railroad. There's going to be the Dexter Thomas Band. Everybody knows about them. Hard Boiled. It's all going to be happening at the Pappy's Place, which is formerly John Simmons' barn. And that's correct. Am I correct on that, Grant? Okay. So everybody knows where that is. It's now called Pappy's Place. Gates open at 12 o'clock. And, of course, as I said, live music going to be fun. Novelty booths, food vendors, exciting. Well, we're going to talk in detail. This is just highlighting it. I'm just hitting it. Also, if you'd like to get your tickets in advance, it's 614-0900 or 336-5191. So Grant and Lisa will not need to be on the show today.
No, I'm
going to let them talk. We got a lot of other things to talk about, not just that, Kim. Mind your place. Mind your place. But yes, we are joined now with Gil Fredrickson, who is our city chief, our city fire inspector. And we're going to talk about fire safety. It's very important. And we jest here. We shouldn't be because this is a serious topic.
No. What do they call it?
No violation.
Violation.
Yes.
That's right. None.
As of yet.
Zip, none.
As of yet, yes.
You just walked in this one room.
That's right.
That's
Lots of other rooms.
It's a big campus.
That's right.
Gil,
I was
thank
like,
you so
Joe,
much
going that
for being with us. Let's talk about fire safety and some of the things folks don't know that they need to know.
Especially now that spring's coming.
Yes, spring has sprung.
Sure, and you know, we just came out of winter. Winter is usually a high influx of fires, higher than usual because of different heating types. You know, we see space heaters and kerosene heaters and things of that nature. So even though we had a mild winter this year and the number of fires were down from last year, it's still very important that people have smoke alarms in their house.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what I want to make a real big presence about today, is that early notification in a fire is extremely important. And the quicker the notification, the quicker they or the residents can get up and get out of the house.
Sure.
So it's very important that you have working smoke alarms in your home and that you also test and maintain them. A lot of times we see smoke alarms that are present. It's just that for whatever reason the low battery alarm has sounded. Someone has taken the battery out.
Shut it up.
Right. Yeah, to shut it up, exactly.
If only.
And then I'll get back to that, and they never get back to it.
That's right.
Most smoke alarms will not close. The battery door will not close unless there is a battery present.
Okay.
And usually on the back of that door, behind it, there's a fluorescent orange or some brightly colored sticker that wants to get your attention to notify you that, hey, I don't have a battery in me, please find me one immediately.
Right.
So usually manufacturers' recommendations that you install smoke alarms and you test them once a month.
Okay.
Actually, manufacturers recommend once a week.
Wow.
In reality, we're happy with once a month. We can get that. So we'll take what we can get. We have been going with the change your clock, change your batteries, and we still do that with the fire service. However, they make a long life 9-volt lithium battery now that lasts longer than the standard lithium battery. So if you test the device once a month, to make sure that the battery is operable and to make sure that the horn is operable. You know, all of them have low alarm batteries,
right?
Or low battery alarms.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's early.
I know.
So they will notify you when the battery is about to die. But now some batteries just die without warning. So that's why it's always good to go back and check them. Periodically clean them so that air can pass through the detector and get a good reading. and test it to make sure that it works.
And I guess that's the one unit that you don't want to go cheap on when you look about buying batteries is your smoke alarm, because the better the battery, obviously, and that needs to be working.
Dollar store battery.
Yeah,
Your 9 volt
exactly.
in the dollar store. You might not want to do that for the old smoke
very
alarm.
true.
Well, and you know, but it's my opinion is that even for the alarm, I can go to any store, any hardware store, and purchase a smoke alarm. I can spend from $4 to $40 on a smoke alarm.
Right.
Of course, the more money you spend, the better that you get. But my point is that even if it's a $3 smoke alarm, it's better than not having anything at all.
Absolutely.
Sure. And
Sure.
we saw, remember when we saw that fire safety
Yes, I was going to mention that.
video, and how quick, I think I even talked to you about this when you came out to the office, how quick a house can be engulfed. We could not believe they showed just, I think it was a cigarette butt
Right,
on like a
right.
recliner chair.
Yes.
And I'm talking like under 2 minutes.
Yes.
The whole living room, that room was engulfed.
Yeah.
And then it got impassable to where no one could survive it. And the time limit was unbelievable. So it's really important that
absolutely.
notification.
And not only notification is important, but having a plan and practicing
Yeah.
that plan. Whether you have children or not, it's important to have a plan and to practice that plan, to know that in a fire that you have a safe place outside that you can meet, because it's easy to get split up in a fire.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've had just a few years ago a man and woman get split up. One goes out the front, one goes out the back. She's not with him. He goes around one way of the house to find her. She goes around the other way, and when he gets to the back, she's not there. He goes back in to look for her and perishes in the house. When if they would have just had a place and discussed a place outside to meet, that could have been avoided.
And what I think people don't realize is, in a house fire, the fire isn't what kills you, it's the smoke.
It absolutely is.
Right.
And with a working smoke alarm, your chance of survival is over half of what it would be without, because the carbon monoxide in the smoke generally deepens your sleep.
Right.
And some people, it will wake up if they smell, they start coughing or whatever, but for some,
It just lulls. I mean,
Right.
it just deepens their breathing.
Absolutely.
And that's that.
Yeah.
So, and that's very scary. I mean, when we saw that, we couldn't believe it. And
It just was, it was so quick, it really was astonishing. Now let me ask you, is there a ballpark of, what I want to say, a guesstimation of how big a room is for how many smoke detectors, like every so many feet in each room? I know in the kitchen and that area, but
in our
is there
kitchen, they need to be every
Yeah,
minute.
they
well, just to clarify, a smoke alarm is not a cooking timer.
right.
Okay, so
Right.
Oh, that's where I've been going wrong. Oops.
Oh, the roast is done.
Thank you. Your work here is done.
But now code requires, if you build a home now, requires one smoke detector in each sleeping room,
Okay.
and then one in the vicinity of each room. So it will be outside a room in a corridor. So that way, if you sleep with the door shut and there's a fire outside the bedroom,
Okay.
it alerts that smoke alarm, which sets them all off.
Right.
Or if say you're asleep on the couch, or you get up and you go outside of the bedroom, and there's a fire in your bedroom, then, or even in a guest room,
Right.
then it will set that smoke alarm off in that guest room, setting the other smoke alarms off in the
Right.
house, because they're hardwired together,
Right.
and with battery backup. So,
And I guess even, and this may be a stupid question, but even down in
There
the
are no
basement,
stupid
even though
questions.
smoke rises in a basement area that you may not be in all the time, your garage area, you may not get in, but if your garage door opener shorts out and starts a fire down there and you got your smoke detectors upstairs, you may not know it till it's way too late.
absolutely correct. One on every floor, one in every sleeping room, and in the vicinity of every sleeping room is what we recommend. We have a program at the department for people that can't afford smoke alarms, that we have received a grant from the state that we will go out, install and smoke alarms in their homes for them. We even have a few smoke alarms that are for hearing impaired. So they have it's a bed shaker is what it is, and so they can't hear the chirp, but the shaker goes off and it awakens them, and they can get out.
Oh, that's
Now,
good.
how would somebody, if somebody watching is in need of either the free smoke detectors or to find out more information about fire safety, how would they get in touch with you, or what would they need to do?
They can go to any City of Cleveland Fire Department. The county fire department also has the same program that
Okay.
we offer for installation of smoke alarms. any county fire department, any city city fire department. My office is downtown at Hall 1 on Ocoee Street, and my office number is 559-3340.
3340.
And, all right, guys, if you forgot, because we just did put the clocks forward.
Right.
And so, if you forgot, Gil's here to remind you that you might want to check that old battery out.
That's right.
So, he's giving you a second chance to redeem yourself if you forgot when you were turning your clocks to check your smoke alarms. You want to do that this very day.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's
Before
never
you
too
leave the
early.
house. That's right. Before you leave the house this morning.
If I go do it now, we'll wait.
That's right. Come back.
Well, yeah, we'll just sit here and
We'll wait.
but no, and it's a very good idea, as he said, to check it, you know, if not once a week, at least once a month, to make sure everything's copacetic, because you'd hate for the battery to be dead or something to be
Asking him to spell that one
wrong. No, copacetic. And you want to make sure you're prepared, because it's never you never can be too prepared.
No.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
And another thing that we'll see a big rash of now that it's March and getting warm is outside fires, that people go outside, burn their trash or burn their leaves, which is, by the way, and there's an ordinance for the city that you can't burn outside.
Okay.
But now in the county, they can burn outside. So, you know, it's always important that you call and get a permit. You can call the Forestry Service to get a permit. If you live in the county, you have to have one between October 15th and May 15th. So we still are in that period. If you're in the county, and you're required to get a burn permit. That way, if it's dry or the conditions aren't favorable for burning, they'll tell you we're not issuing permits today.
Okay.
There are a few exceptions in the city. If you have over 10 acres, you can burn wood waste from storms and things of that nature. Right. And you can call, again, my office, and I can come out and take a look at that for you and tell you what we need to do in order for you to be copacetic on burning.
Terrific. Now, will you spell that?
Will you spell that?
Copacetic.
T-H-A-T.
All right, folks. It is early, and he's pretty quick.
He's right on there.
He's right on. But in any case,
all that.
we thank Gil Fredericks for being
Gil.
with us today. And again, I hope you've learned something. Remember, if you don't have smoke detectors, please get some for your home, your place of business. It can do nothing but help you, I promise.
They won't hurt you.
Yeah, they will not hurt. It won't hurt to put one up. Okay. Thank you so much for being with us again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We're going to be back. We've got Grant Perkle, Lisa Morgan. We also have Ron Moores on the way, and Regina Williams from Play Divas.
It's a big show.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more after this.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Be caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Hello and welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTMB. Kim has not left the building. She's left the set, which is about the same thing. Thank goodness I won't have somebody telling me every move to make at this particular one. We have segment 2, which on Wednesday morning, this beautiful wind, well, it's not beautiful, it's a little rainy, so take an umbrella with you. On this, it's a beautiful day though because we're alive. We're joined by Grant Perkle and Lisa Morgan, and we're going to talk to you folks now for a few minutes about the veterans home, the proposed veterans home that is still coming. So these folks right here today are going to put the rumors to rest. First of all, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, thank you,
Joe.
Lisa. Tell us, Grant, put the rumor to bed, please.
Basically, we are still getting home. It's still on pace we're looking to move dirt 2014, which has never changed. That was where we were from the get-go.
Right.
Of course, when the list came out this year, there was some shifting in the numbers as far as who went where. We're still priority 1. We are still on pace. We're getting the land has been donated. We've done phase 1 of the testing. That's complete. They have completed phase 2. Which had to be done before the state would accept it.
Okay.
Basically, from the property, 9 acres of the property will be used with the building and the parking, and then we've got the other almost 17 acres for expansion. It is considered a community living center, which is a nursing facility plus a rehab. There'll be 108 beds. Which is, it's going to be about 200 jobs, which is huge for Bradley County, in my opinion. Basically, the new list will come out October for 2013. When that comes out, Montgomery County should be next to go. As far as Tennessee, Montgomery County will be built first, which should be 2013, and then we'll be going 2014.
Okay.
As far as funding, where we're at, we've gotten all the funding from the state level, from the local level, as far as the city and county governments. They stepped up. We have the anonymous donor, which donated the $3 million. Williams and Wright Brothers donated the property, which we graciously appreciate. So now where we're at is, as far as fundraising, we're fundraising for the first year's operation. The first year, the home has to function, and there have to be actually residents in the home before the state will take it over. Okay. So that's where we're raising the money for that first year operation.
Okay.
And that's where Boogie in the Barn comes in play.
Okay. Now, we have, as we said, we've had people out there talking about, I don't think we're getting it now, something like that, but that's not the case. It's still on target for 2014.
Correct.
And Lisa, there's still lots of excitement about getting this thing.
There is tons of excitement.
And the Boogie at the Barn is just a big reason.
It is a very large reason.
Yeah.
We're doing Boogie at the Barn, of course, to raise the funding for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home. One of the little things that a lot of people don't know about Boogie at the Barn, it was John Simmons' dream to do this. John did not get to see that dream come true, so we, as Pappy's pals, we want to continue his dream. And lots of people know John, knew John. He is the purpose, he is the reason that we're getting the Veterans Home in Bradley County. He spent timeless hours in Nashville begging, pleading, trying to show them the need for this Veterans Home here. So we're really glad to be able to carry his dream on and it's going to be a great, fun-filled day.
Oh,
everybody needs to come out.
Yeah, this is a family event.
Yes, it is.
And of course, I think is it like 50,000 veterans in our area? This area right
yes.
here.
Yes.
There's a lot of veterans.
So this home will be full quick.
Yeah, very quick. And again, John Simmons started this this dream a long time ago, and you guys have taken the ball and ran with it. And this is the third Boogie at the Barn?
Third Boogie at the Barn.
And hopefully this year there's going to be two. There's going to be the one in May, and then there'll be another one.
That's what we're shooting for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk about that. Folks can see the flyer here. Well, it's got it here in the little poster, but this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. Not that the other ones haven't been. The best part is Grant won't be cooking, which I think last year he didn't either.
No, we forbid him to do that.
And that's probably a good thing.
It is.
Because there's going to be food vendors there, but there's going to be some great entertainment, and all these bands are well known in this area. Let's talk about the entertainment, the folks that you've have committed to be part of the show.
We've been very fortunate this year. Well, all 3 years we've been fortunate, but we've learned a lot each time, and we're trying to make it bigger and better each time. And fortunately, we got Danny Shirley and Confederate Railroad on board with us this year. Told him what the cause was for, and he's excited about it. He wants to push the veterans and help them out too. The Collins brothers, of course, they've been with us every year, and Dexter Thomas was with us last year, so they're back on board, and you just can't beat that entertainment.
No.
And we have a new band. We have a new band joining us this year, Hardballs.
Yes.
And they do a lot of 70s, late 60s rock music.
That's beautiful.
They've got real high energy. They're just really some great entertainers.
Now, we talk about the gates opening at noon, but this thing is going to be going on all through the day.
All day.
Yes. Yeah, the headliner goes on about 9, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, so it's going to be all day. We've tried to keep the ticket price nominal, where it's still affordable, but yet you got to remember the ticket price, it goes to the Veterans Home.
Yeah,
it doesn't go to us, it goes to the Veterans Home. So it's $15 pre-sale, $20 at the gate.
And if you want to get your tickets early and you still want to give them $20, that's a good thing.
Oh, we'll take your money. We
yeah,
love
I mean,
money.
it's going for a good cause. It's not like you know, so that's a good thing. $20, pay it in advance or at the door. I mean, it's helping the Veterans Home. Now, I know that we talked about the Veterans Home. You said it's 108 beds. The proposed home was a little bit bigger, but they've scaled it down somewhat.
They have. Actually,
with room to grow.
Exactly. And the biggest reason for that is because they changed the structure of the home. They've gone to a pod system, which is, they're calling a community living system. And basically, we'll start with 108 beds, and then once that's up and functioning and we have the need, they'll add another pod. And so that's how it'll increase.
That's
it's more of a homey feel, and if you've never seen one of these homes, they're extremely impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're state of the art. It's not your typical what you would think of as a home, but they're very nice.
And not to mention the jobs it's going to bring in there.
Exactly.
About how many jobs?
Well, starting out, it'll be about 200 jobs.
About 200 jobs.
Yeah. So
and Joe, they also are going to have a rehab facility in there, which will also mean that there will be an on-staff doctor there 24/7.
Oh, man.
So that's something most nursing homes or living facilities for the elderly people don't have. So we're very fortunate to have that.
And veterans now, where would they have to go if they were going to go into a veterans home? How far away would they have to move?
There's one in Knoxville or there's one in Murfreesboro. So it's like the rehab facility. If they have rehab right now, they're pretty much having to drive to Murfreesboro.
Yeah, that's, you know.
So that'll help a lot.
And come on, I mean, if you're having to go into a veterans home, you're a veteran, you want to be as close to home as possible. You don't want to be an hour and a half away. Somebody out there watching, other than the fundraiser, obviously, with this that we're having, the Boogie at the Barn, but if they want to help, and I know we're still looking for food vendors.
We are.
We're still looking for volunteers.
Volunteers, yes,
for not just this event, but the whole operation. So what would they do? Who would they call? How would they get in touch with you guys?
They can go to our website. It's boogieatthebarn.com. We have a vendor application there. We also have a application for volunteers. Fill it out, send it in to us. Or you can stop by Mr. Perkle's office, and it's Summit Insurance on Inman Street. What is your street address there, Grant?
That's 442 Inman Street, West.
So there's a job for everybody. If you fill me out an application, we will find you a job.
And what a worthwhile cause. We were talking when we talked the other day, and a lot of the older veterans that have fought for our country many years ago are just kind of, by young kids today, they just kind of pass by. They don't realize all that these guys have done, and in some of these cases, this is the only help they may be able to get in their elderly years.
Yeah. That is true.
And it's a worthwhile cause. It's a great way to help somebody else and to feel like you really are doing something for somebody that helped you to be as free and live as free as you do today. So that's a very good thing.
Well spoken.
And Joe, it's not just for Bradley County. This Veterans Home is going to service many counties around our area, even into North Georgia. So, you know, we want all those folks to come up. So if you've got family in surrounding counties or North Georgia, please invite them to come up and enjoy the day.
And the gates open at noon.
At noon.
So lawn chairs, bring lawn chairs.
Lawn chairs, a blanket.
Blankets,
Yep.
Okay. Okay. It's going to be a fun time.
Should
and again,
be a good time. Good food.
Good food for sure.
That's right.
May the 19th, it's Pappy Place, John Simmons Farm. Everybody knows where that's at. It's now called Pappy's Place. It's Boogie at the Barn, an Armed Forces Day celebration. Again, the fundraising event for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home. So $15 in advance, $20 at the gate, and you can get your tickets by calling 614-0900 or 336-5191, or you could pick up your tickets at Summit Insurance and some other locations, other sponsors that we have.
The VFW locally in Cleveland has them there.
Okay.
And
Southeast Bank.
Southeast Bank.
Andrew Jackson Johnson Bank. And I think there'll be another bank or two.
And yes, we have another bank that's willing to sell tickets for us.
Terrific. That's incredible.
So we're trying to get it out there. But if you've never seen these guys in concert and up close and personal, it's you'll appreciate the venue when you get there. It is a homey atmosphere, and you'll have a good time.
And another thing, a lot of folks are saying, okay, I've seen John Simmons Farm before, but do you have a stage out there? There is a stage out there.
There is a lovely stage out there. It's a entertainer's dream. You've got to come out and see the performances on it to believe it.
Now let's real quick before we end the segment. Let's real quick talk about there's two other events happening.
Yes, there is.
That are going to be held out there, so folks can kind of get a sneak preview. And one is happening, I think, at the end of April.
They're doing the Boot Scootin' Beauties, which is the Relay for Life.
Right.
They're having it out there, and then on April 27th, they're having the Rock the Relief, which is for the tornado victims.
Okay.
And I think they're supposed to have 15 bands or something. And most of those are...
That's like a two-day event.
It's like a 25-hour event.
Yeah. And it's local bands mainly.
Terrific.
But it should be a great time. And
make your way out there and see those
Absolutely.
fundraisers. And then, of course, go back on the 19th for Boogie at the Barn. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thank you,
Joe.
We
really appreciate it. Appreciate you all and all the hard work you do. And I know the veterans appreciate it, too. All right, folks, again, it's May the 19th, Pappy's Place, Boogie at the Barn. Make your way out there. Get your tickets in advance or at the door, 15 in advance, 20 at the door. Again, 614-0900 or 336-5191. We're going to be back with more Tennessee Valley this morning after this commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, They've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process and it's well worth it.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gupta, and I'd like to introduce you to a valuable new healthcare solution here in Cleveland. Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open and accepting patients. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, migraine headaches, chronic fatigue syndrome, and even sports injuries and sprains. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level in the body. This increased oxygen level in our tissues and organs boosts the body's natural healing abilities and allows our bodies to function at a higher level. We will be happy to work in cooperation with your regular physician. However, referral is not required for this treatment. So whether you're dealing with a weekend injury, a chronic medical condition, or looking for anti-aging solutions, you owe it to yourself to explore what hyperbaric oxygen treatment can do for you or your loved ones. I invite you to contact us today for some more information.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Hello, welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. Kim has joined us now. I have two lovely ladies with me, my lovely wife Kim and Regina Williams of Clay Diva. See how I just slipped that in there? That'll help me later on tonight. And
not with those glasses.
Well, not with the glasses. We'll talk about that later. It's a different story. Another story for another day. But Regina's here. We're going to talk about the Northside Craft Fair and Bake Sale. This is a fundraiser for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. It's going to be held Saturday, March 31st. So mark that down. And we've got some stuff here. We're going to talk to Regina Williams. First of all, thank you for being here.
I mean, this is the craftiest person we know. This is the queen, or the queen's daughter, the princess of Clay Divas. And the Clay Divas are the craft starting original. Your sister was a part of that, and she was ill. And you want to tell a little bit about that story and why you're part of this craft fair and what it's all about?
Sure. Several years ago, my sister decided that she wanted to make jewelry from clay. We got together on a Mother's Day and had a little craft day and started making our own jewelry. And one thing led to another. People started asking us, you know, where did you get that? And we said, oh, well, we made it. And then one thing led to another, and we started doing like shows, and people would even come to her house to shop for the jewelry. And so we thought, you know, we should open a little shop. And so we did that in July of 2007. And she passed away unexpectedly December of 2007. So she really didn't get to see it blossom like it really has. But you know, we just couldn't bear to close it. And so it's really done well. And so in her memory, we just plug forward. And that's the reason that we're doing the fundraiser. We try to do something at least once a year. And the last couple of years, we've done fashion shows. And so we decided to try something a little bit different this year. So the ladies of Northside Presbyterian have been working so hard for months to try to prepare. And we do have a few ladies that are vendors that are outside the church, but mostly it's the dedicated church members of Northside that are putting these things out.
These are some crafty ladies. Now I know Regina is, and if you guys have ever seen the Clay Divas jewelry, you know what they can do, and Mama Pat is the beginning of all of this craftiness, but they have got the cutest little things, no kidding, and just fun things too. And Joe's going to steal some, see this, well, no, that's the gators. Over there it looks
got all different kind of colors. We need a turquoise and orange.
See, that's what he said. She said, who does he like?
Well,
I see.
Look at that.
I did bring you a prize because we've been threatening to make you a diva. This is one of our latest.
That is neat. See?
This is one of our latest creations, and it is a pen that you can reuse. All you do is just take the little insert out. When it runs out of ink, place a new one in. And this is
it's turquoise. Oh, I'm going to hold this.
Oh, well, let me hold it.
No, I'm going to know.
Put it down.
It's going to behave. stay for the rest of the show.
I just want to look at
So we
it.
expect you to carry that
Okay.
everywhere you go.
I will. I will. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
You
That
don't
is
know.
so
This
neat.
will take a place.
This
When it
will.
comes
Are
in
you
our-
kidding me?
You have no idea. Everything that is of that color has a special place.
Well, I
and he's a little
That's right.
OCD over the whole thing.
Well-
but anyway, we're going to talk about
Oh,
the crafts that they've got. They've got
Right
some
there.
great things going right
little
there. That
dolphin
little
pen.
place right there.
Okay, that will never be
And
seen
these are just
again
so
forever.
cute. Look at these. These are eggs, and they have got little knitted.
Yeah, it's
Those
a
are
crocheted,
Right,
it's a little
crochet.
crocheted egg, and we have tons of those set up that you can buy individually, or you can purchase them in a basket just like
Look
that.
at these baskets. I mean, so cute, so
This
cute.
is a neat idea. I
And
like
that's-
that. I was
we
thinking,
thought-
were those real? And those are real.
They are real crayons. We thought that would be really unique to give as a teacher gift. You know, it'd be adorable sitting on a teacher's desk.
Absolutely.
It is, and there's a frame with them on it,
Yeah,
around
with
the
them on it.
crayons,
Can I
around
see
there.
that? I don't know. It's a frame with some.
Now, would this be a pencil holder?
It could be. It's a little. The pencils are a little tall. The pencils would get
Right,
lost.
they
But
get
what
down
we
in
thought would be adorable is to put just a little flower bouquet or
Oh, that
something
would
in
be
there and give
cute.
as a
That would be
teacher
very
gift.
cute.
So we've got a
Yeah.
few of those kind of items that are really inexpensive, but you know everybody's looking for a little something for a teacher at the end of the year. So these are good things to put back and save.
Now this is neat.
That's an
a
example
little
of one of our
wreath.
wreaths that
Okay.
we've done. We do
Things
have
like
some
that.
specific
Right.
Easter things.
How
So-
cute. I mean, I was trying to wear it as a hat a while ago, but
And it was adorable. As a hat.
I looked a
Kim
little.
would put a wreath on.
Well,
her head
I was
for a
just thinking
hat.
I might be royal family. I mean, doesn't that look a little royal family-ish?
Could
I mean,
be.
I
You
was
really think it
thinking-
was a hat at first?
No,
Come on,
Joe.
Kim.
No, Joe.
Come on.
It's way too
I
small to be a
immediately
hat.
saw it was a wreath. Please. Come on.
But cute little totes.
Yes, and the ladies have made some
skirts.
adorable totes. This, of course, is very diva-like.
Yes, that is the diva.
And
That's
this
what the diva.
is a diva for sure.
Of course.
So, I mean, you could use these for
Joe,
many,
that would
many
look good
things.
with your black pants.
Yes, it would. And I am
And
a
your
diva.
heels.
I am a diva.
And then this is another one that has been, the flower pot is hand painted.
Oh, wow.
And then there's
Look,
silk,
and the little-
silk flowers. And of course, this is for the little diva. We thought
Now,
was adorable.
let me ask you, Regina. I'm not trying to make it complicated, but if somebody likes something in a certain color, can they tell you that and you guys do that? Like, or is this?
You know, we probably could, and we could kind of work that through the shop. But most of these things are just
Pre-made for the show.
pre-made
That's what I
for the
figured.
show. But yeah, I would imagine that whoever made this, if somebody wanted it in a different color, they'd be more than glad to
Sure.
create it
Zip
for
one
them.
up for them.
Those
And
are
then
neat.
This scarf is the coolest thing.
This is the neatest thing I've ever seen. These start with as just a white silk scarf, and the ladies have taken Sharpie ink pens
Are you serious?
and
Look
drawn.
at
You
that.
really don't have to be very specific, but you can do all kinds of designs. The ink bleeds, and then they add rubbing alcohol out of a squirt bottle, and then let that bleed, and then they will set it and let it dry, and that's what you get. And the colors that they've done, they're
No kidding.
beautiful.
Right.
I mean,
How
you
do they
could.
think of
That
that
is
kind of
neat.
stuff? I mean, anything I think of is just a big blob when I'm done.
The tie-dye
Well,
thing.
anybody could
That's
do
what I
this.
thought.
I
I thought,
mean,
well, that's tie-dye. And she's like, no, it's a Sharpie. And my
No.
Sharpie would just be one big blub of
no,
something.
that's
honestly,
silk.
you could do this. Yeah, it's silk. It feels fabulous, and I mean, there's so many
Feels
applications.
fabulous. No kidding.
He is in his element.
He's got silk. You got him a little dolphin.
Oh,
color
man,
print.
I'm
I mean,
set.
He's happy. He's happy.
I am
Oh,
happy.
look at you, Dapper
this
Joe.
kinda-
I mean,
gotta go
yeah.
with this a
See
little bit.
the fedora. He has to. He's wanting to
I
have
am
for
gonna get
Exactly.
it. Now that I know Mark has one, I'm getting one. I'm getting one.
Well,
That's
tell us
real
a little
nice.
bit about when, you know, the whole thing with the craft
Okay.
show. This is just some examples of some of the stuff that you can get
Yes,
at this, and this is
we
for
have tons more.
Right, go ahead.
It will be, of course, Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 31st, from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m., and it's just a thing that you can come and go as you please. If the weather is good, we plan on having another little thing set up out front that a lot of the young children like. It's we're going to do a crazy hair booth where you do crazy ponytails and do spray colors and glitter and just all kinds of stuff like that, just for a $5 donation. So
What?
You cannot get glitter in
I
your
was thinking
hair.
about you.
Oh,
So where is this? This is
North
at the
Side
North Side
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian.
North Side, it is across from Walmart North.
Right.
It's a little small church that sits back toward the back of the property, and it's right next to Walgreens. So
Yes, yeah.
it's easy to find.
It's a little country church
It
back up
is.
in there.
Now,
so we
what
craft
time?
it all the time.
What time will the craft fair start?
It starts at 1,
Starts at
and we
1.
will go till 5 o'clock,
Till 5.
or even
Or until
later
then.
until
There's
we're
a
finished.
crowd.
That's right.
They'll stay home.
And that'll be fun, and that's for the entire family. That'll be a lot of fun.
And all of the proceeds go to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We're not keeping any of the proceeds. This is fully all going to muscular dystrophy, and it will go in memory of Cheryl.
Yeah,
Aww.
that's wonderful.
That's so sweet. And these are really great things, you know, and you do know that the Clay Divas know their stuff when it comes to crafts. I mean, and so just by the jewelry that Regina has on. So guys, make sure that you go out there on Saturday. And Joe, guess where you're going Saturday?
Where am I going?
To get glitter in your hair.
And I was talking about you, but if you want glitter in my hair,
you know it's Saturday.
Little aqua, little orange glitter. I'll deal with that. I can deal with that.
Saturday, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I glitter up on Saturday anyway.
Oh, look at that.
This is also, you know, this fall, or this spring rather, fall, color blocking is a big deal, bright colors. So this is a keychain bracelet, and I put the old school clasp on there because I like that so that you don't break your nails. And this is for you from the Divas. Joe got a prize, and now you know
You
it.
got a present too. Thank you
I was
so
feeling
much.
special, Regina.
Yes, and look how cute these are. And
My
this,
pen's
you
nicer
can
than
find
that
this
bracelet.
in your purse, ladies. And so the Clay Divas.
And I
have
just
these.
put it on my arm, like when I go into the grocery store.
Right, absolutely.
Your keys are handy, and so you
and
don't
this,
have to
you're
fish
right.
for 'em.
I mean, I hate those keychains, and I'm just, I mean,
I
I'll
like
almost,
those better.
stay in a building when I don't want to keep from changing my keys.
Me too.
Well, thank you so much. See, we
know,
both got gifts.
We're going to have you back once.
I hope Ron gives me something when he comes to sit down. Think Ron will give me something?
No pressure.
I got to catch Grant and Lisa, see if they got something for me too. All
They
right.
gave you the poster, so
They
there you
did
go.
give me the
I didn't get
poster.
anything. I want the easel.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
Okay, good deal. All right, so Northside Craft Fair and Bake Sale. Lots of baked goods, I'm sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Just an idea of some of the stuff
The
left?
ladies have a variety of things, from cookies, brownies, muffins, breads, good stuff.
And
No
you-
calories, of course.
Oh, of course, of course. And this is Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 31st, starting at 1 o'clock until about 6 or so.
5, maybe
5,
6, just depending.
6:30. I'm extending an hour, maybe 7.
ladies of the church, you have to stay.
Right, I'm sorry.
Palos said so.
But all proceeds go to the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
In
Another
remembrance
very,
of
very
Cheryl.
good
What
cause.
a
Yes,
sweetie.
exactly. Regina, thank you so much for being with us,
so
and thank you
much.
for the pen.
You're very welcome.
And
I
for
hope
the
you enjoy
keychain,
it.
and I can find this anywhere.
Yeah, see that? Good
That's
deal.
right.
And again, folks, it's Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 31st, so make your way out there, Northside Presbyterian Church. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be back. We've got Ron Moore in the house right after this commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
Very simple process, and it's well worth it.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what hyperbaric services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight, where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Yes. Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. Joe and Kim Palos. It is Wednesday. It is going to rain today. If it's, I haven't looked outside yet, it may already be.
Don't trust
So take your umbrella with you today. We are joined by Ron Moore, our Bradley County resident historian, who joins us every Wednesday morning and imparts some history about Bradley County. And today, he's got some great stuff for us.
Well, I'm gonna go around the horn and back through and come back.
Back around.
We're gonna start in Cleveland, and we're gonna leave. We're gonna come back around. And we're going back up here in Cleveland.
Just like we go to Dairy Cream and
right.
the chef on our show.
That's a long trip if you go out of town. To
Right, right.
I'm gonna give you the better directions there. I'm gonna read a statement here. To take and hold the railroad at or east of Cleveland, Tennessee, I think is fully as important as taking and holding Richmond. Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham a Lincoln.
Abraham had a Lincoln.
June 30th, 1862.
Wow.
There you go.
So the railroad was very, very important here. And some of the things that happen in here, I can't talk to that. Happening here, it is early. And it went through the South and come back, and here in about a week we're going to talk about it again.
Okay.
So, Carter County Minister William B. Carter, named after him, got an idea.
Billy Carter.
No, this is another.
That's the original Billy Carter.
He was authorized by President Abraham Lincoln to construct 9 railroad bridges in East Tennessee up through Kentucky down through here. And one of those 9 bridges, of course, was the Charleston Bridge, which they burned.
Right.
After they burned these 9 bridges, it would have cut off the supply line to the rebels. And so they were going to attack, have an invasion here in Tennessee of the northern troops. And someone's cell phone, they didn't get the text message. Because they started burning the bridges, and the rebels started defending it, and the Yankees decided maybe we need to go through Kentucky first. And so no one knew, or no one showed up.
Right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing.
So, like I say,
so there's a lot of bridge burning and no concrete.
If they'd had a 4G, they would have known 29 seconds
Or
ago.
if they would have talked to that psychic, maybe they could have figured out to possibly go through first, attack, then burn the bridge. Because you got to get across.
Right.
If you burn the bridge, how do you get over there?
Well, they didn't think of that. Of course, here in Bradley County, we had about a dozen people. We had about a dozen people who were arrested and put in prison. Some of them died in prison. Many of them are buried up here at Fort Hill Cemetery. Last year, matter of fact, the graveyard tour they do every year was the people who burned the bridge, their graves up there. So it's a very interesting story about it. But I said all that to say this.
Okay.
How's that? I told you we were going around. Well, the burning of the bridges in East Tennessee gave James Andrew, a civilian scout and a part-time spy for the Northern Army, an ideal. He recruited 22 volunteer Union soldiers from different Ohio regiments to become spies and go with him to steal the general at Big Shanty, Georgia.
Oh, to steal the whole general? The general?
The train.
Oh, the train.
Not that general.
You're not talking about the little guy that does the commercial.
No, not the guy.
No.
The general. And burned bridges and cut telegraph wires between Big Shanty, Georgia, and Chattanooga. Big Shanty now is what they call Kennesaw.
Oh,
so
okay, there you go.
The Confederate railroads were all had a name instead of a number. And the Union thing all was number 39 or so. Right. But the Confederate railroad had, which is coming up to play at...
I was going to say Boogie at the Barn. Yeah.
See, I told you I was leading you all
the
the way around.
Yeah, it all comes back around.
But Confederate locomotives had names instead of numbers. So The General was a locomotive that ran on the WNA, Western and Atlantic Railroad. It came from Big Chaney up through towards Dalton, through Tunnel Hill, through Ringo, into Chattanooga. Big supply line. Chattanooga was a big stronghold for the Confederates at one time. So these guys, these 22 plus Ohioans, and this Tennessean, James Andrews, who was now a spy, these scoundrels worked their way down pretending to be Southerners. Some of them had trouble doing that.
Oh, yeah.
The accent will get you.
The accent had trouble, so some of them were taught to be quiet, and other guys had a little bit more to talk about. They came down to steal the train. They went all the way down to Big Chanty. I'll say Kennesaw.
Kennesaw, that's right.
And so the train pulled in there at the station, and they didn't used to have diner cars on these old trains, so people had to get off and eat breakfast. And while everybody's eating breakfast, the 22 soldiers snuck onto the train, up into the engine, and left. And there was Confederate soldiers standing there on the dock, on the landing, going, watching it go by.
Where'd it go?
So,
where's it going?
but there was one guy who said, aha. Something is a foul here.
Is a miss, right?
Aha. William Fuller and two other guys, they took off chasing the train on foot.
You can't pull anything over on Fuller.
They started chasing it on foot. Now, you say...
What do you say? What were they going to do if they caught it?
Well, you say they would be helpless in catching a locomotive. At the top speed in those days, those steam engines run maybe 15 miles per hour.
Okay.
If they're going uphill, they're going down. So realistically, two guys chasing them could do very well. Now, what were they going to do if they caught 22 guys?
Right, there's 22.
But then they found a hand car, one of those little pumping things, and they were staying with it.
I like those things.
Well, now, these guys on the railroad in the train had planned on burning bridges and tearing down telegraph wires, and every once in a while you had to stop and get more wood and water because it's a steam engine. But the plan's messed up now. These guys are chasing them. Only three of them.
But there's it right.
But they find a little engine called the Yantz, and they start chasing them. It's a little bitty engine, so it's not having real luck. And then they find the Texas. Remember, that's not the state. They found an engine, a big engine. Unfortunately, it was going the wrong way.
Right, on a different track.
So they put it in reverse and was chasing them in reverse, round through the hills of Georgia.
This is not true, Ron Moore.
Yes, it is. They made a movie about it.
Smoking the Bandit, Kim.
No. So this is absolutely true. This is the Great Locomotive Chase. Go look it up.
Yes, it was.
And Fess Parker starred in the movie in 1962, matter of fact. So now, they start chasing them backwards through there. And they keep chasing them. They get through the ridge cut down here at Tunnel Hill. And they get within 18 miles of Chattanooga, and they haven't burned a bridge yet. Only tore down a few poles, and their wood's wet. Now, when your wood's wet and you're trying to burn it, you're in trouble. So
I can attest to that.
You ran out of gas, basically. And now, when they picked up to Texas, they had some Confederate troops with them now at the station. So they took off running, and they captured all 22 of them. They took them to prisons here in Chattanooga and Knoxville. Some of them escaped from those prisons. Most of them were hung or shot. There's a memorial down at the Chattanooga Memorial
So wait,
Cemetery.
so the 22 guys couldn't get past the three guys chasing him and the guys going backwards in another train?
They had Confederate troops and now caught up with them, too.
Right.
Yeah, so they picked up 11 or 12 Confederate troops when they got to Texas.
I just start speaking with that southern accent again and say, no, guys, you got me wrong. I'm on this side.
Well, anyway, they were captured, and most of them were shot as spies or hung. Some were shot and hung. And literally, they're buried in the Chattanooga Memorial thing. They were buried in a big grave now. They've got a marker down there. The general has a marker down in Tunnel Hill. Now, there was only... of the 22, 3 of them missed the train. They overslept. There's always 3. Always 3 that missed it. But anyway, these guys, the one guy, the main guy who survived, received the first Congressional Medal of Honor ever given out in the United States. Okay. Eventually, all 22 soldiers I say all 22, but the 3 had overslept, were given a Congressional Medal of Honor. These were the first ones ever given out by the United States. Now the general, after all this, years later, was housed down here in Chattanooga at the Choo Choo. And Georgia decided they wanted it back. They said it was theirs. And they come and got it, and they're driving down there. And Judge Kelly, who then was Mayor Kelly, and a bunch of other Chattanoogas blocked the tracks and kept the thing. Now, this is 1957.
1957 and they're doing
and so this goes on until 1970 when the L&N Railroad, who says they own it, which had bought the W&A Railroad, their big lawsuit. It goes all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court finally rules that the general had to be given back to Georgia. And so L&N has taken it around the country, displaying it after that 1970 defeat. But it never, anytime they brought it back traveling, it never went back through Chattanooga.
Oh, I bet.
They bypassed Chattanooga every time
That's right.
on the
Those
track.
people
So
crazy.
Chattanooga has never seen the general again. And
what about the Texas?
The Texas is in the Cyclorama or in Atlanta.
Oh,
Cyclorama,
yeah.
There's a big thing there, and then the general is in the down at Kennesaw.
Okay.
Now, so if you want to see that. Now, I said all that to say this.
Okay.
Coming up very soon in April, 150 years ago, they're going to reenact part of the chase. And you can take a bus tour and actually see some of the locations that it's down in of course, starting around the Tunnel Hill area. The Saturday buses are sold out completely.
Oh, my goodness.
They're like $49, which includes a breakfast. It includes a lunch down at the depot in Dalton.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
So $49 is a great, and so they're starting a Sunday version of this. And so if you want to know more about it, you need to find out a lot. Just go to the Great Locomotive Chase or the Tunnel Hill, Georgia.
Joe's part of that reenactment.
I am.
He's going to be one of the guys.
The only thing, well, I've got a good idea. I've got a good idea. I think to make it more, in the moment, is to have the buses these people are on just go in reverse.
That's right. That would help. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's a great deal. But if you want to get in, they are doing. They were only going to do one day. They've opened up the second day now because
that's incredible, though. Really,
that is.
Now, all that to say, this Sunday at the Cleveland Public Library, I believe at 1 or 2, Ty Snyder from Tunnel Hill is going to be here to talk about the Great Locomotive Chase, and he can do it a lot better than I. I know this because I went to Ty's presentation several times, and he's going to be at the Bradley County Historical Society's meeting at the Cleveland Public Library. He's going to have show some of the movie. And then he's going to talk about it. Great storyteller, really knows a lot about that. He knows all the names of the people and things that went with it. So,
and that's this Sunday at the library.
This is Sunday at the library, yes.
April 1st.
Yeah.
Be not fooled.
That's right. So after you go over to Northside Presbyterian on Saturday, on Sunday afternoon,
right.
you go to the library and you've got your weekend full.
Right.
And all courtesy of Tennessee Valley.
Yeah, there you go. And Ron with that information.
We started in Cleveland and in Charleston burning the bridges. We went through Ohio. We come back down through Nashville. We got all the way down through Chattanooga, through the Big Channy, and Kennesaw, and back up here. And then the train's been all the way back up north again. So, and we're back here in Cleveland.
And now it's all resting in Atlanta.
All in a 10-minute segment on WTMB.
There you go. See that? How quickly? We'll learn you something.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we're about out of time. But so again, Sunday, April 1st, at the Cleveland Public Library. You can go there and see they'll show you a little bit of the movie, and then he'll explain in detail like Ron just did, but probably he'll add a little more because he'll have more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, he has some photos and stories, and he also has...
but very interesting.
And you can find out more about this tour that's coming up. And like I say, the $49 for the breakfast at... if you've never been to the depot...
Right, that's worth it right
pretty
there.
Much there. And this is unbelievable. You'll see actually some of the stops and the watering towers and the bridges that they tried to burn and never did.
They wet their wood out.
They got their wood wet. It's history. All right. Well, we want to thank Ron for being with us. Of course, Regina Williams.
Old Town. Remember Old Town
Old Town Cleveland.
Saturday
from 10 till noon on 99.9 Whoop Radio. Ron and Debbie Moore. But again, we want to thank Regina Williams, Lisa Morgan, and Grant Perkle, and Gil Frederick from the fire inspector, city fire inspector. We've had a big show. We thank you for joining us on Tennessee Valley this morning. Have yourself a good Wednesday. Remember, take an umbrella with you to school, work, wherever. It's not school because you guys got spring break this week.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but the ones that do, take an umbrella. Have yourself a good rest of the week. We'll see you next Wednesday.